Let's catch up with Susie O'Brien from the Herald Sun in Melbourne and Stephen Senatiempo, breakfast host at Radio 2CC in Canberra. I'm glad you're both sitting down because I'm about to tell you that I think I agree with the Australian Greens on something. Now, we all know the heartache in this country about supermarket prices and the market dominance of Coles and Woolies. Susie, the Greens are putting up a bill that would give the ACCC, the Competition and Consumer Commission, added power that if they thought there was price gouging going on and the supermarkets weren't playing ball and didn't reform, didn't clean up their act, the ultimate sanction, as happens in the US and other countries, they could force them to actually sell off some of their supermarkets, divest themselves of some interests. They don't have that power at the moment. They can fine them and do all sorts of things. Do you reckon the Greens are onto something here to give some muscle to the ACCC?
Yeah, I think this is a great idea, and it's something that the Nationals have certainly been pushing since 2022, and it has worked well overseas. And this is something that Alan Fels came up with in his review just a few months ago. It makes so much sense. I mean, we've got these duopoly with 65% of the market share, making $1 billion between them, off the back of poor old us having no choice but to use these two supermarkets in so many areas. So this is a really, really good idea. I mean, this is what happened with the media. They've had the ability to break up media duopolies or monopolies for many years. So it would be really good to see this applied to something like the supermarkets, which we have no choice but to use all the time. Yeah,
where there is real market power. I'm going to make it easy for you, Stephen, to agree with the Greens on this because, as Susie says, the Nats have been onto this for a long while. And here's Matt Canavan today.
Clearly, the current penalties are not working to rein in the behaviour of the big supermarkets, and I think it's about time we have the same type of penalties in our competition laws that exist in the US, the UK, Europe, Canada, all over the world.
Yeah, Stephen, it makes sense.
Yeah, can we make sure we destroy any copies of this recording? Because, I agree with the Greens on this one too. Look,
well,
I think
let's be polite and say the Nats were onto this first, right? But it's the Greens who are putting up a bill now. Yeah.
I agree with the original Greens, the Nats, that's right. Look, this is a no-brainer. The reality is that we need more competition in the marketplace. But having said that, as consumers, we've got to use the opportunities we have to bust the duopoly and go and shop at some of the independent grocers and go back to our local fruit shop and our local baker and our local butcher and all of those kind of things. But I just think it makes infinite sense to try and break up the power of the two major supermarkets. I mean, if you look at every other advanced economy around the world, they have far more competition than we do in probably the most vital retail group or retail sector.
Yeah, look, it's easy for me. I shop at Coles because they stock Farmers Union iced coffee, so that makes it easy for me.